In this video, we are going to be going over just a few of the games that I think are really cool and interesting on the Nintendo 3DS. Ultimately, I wanted to make this video because 3DS prices are going way up, both on the handheld and on the games, due to the fact that Nintendo announced that they would be foreclosing on the 3DS eShop and the Wii U eShop in 2023. So, why not make a list of some games you can get that are still within MSRP? So enough chatting, let's get into it. Alright, first up on our list, Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentina. Fire Emblem Echoes is one of many Fire Emblem games on the 3DS. However, this one I think did a lot of cool things that were very different from other Fire Emblem games. You could explore 3D dungeons by moving around in third person, examine rooms and collect items that will help you on your journey. And within those same rooms that you would examine, you can chat with people within them and get a little bit more of an idea of what's going on in the world around you and potentially recruit new allies. The story follows Alm and Cecilia. These two characters have known each other since childhood, but then were separated at the beginning of the game for unknown reasons. Now, all grown up, you control Alm and Cecilia as they command their armies across the war-torn continent of Valentina, hoping one day to end the war and reunite the people of Valentina. I really don't want to give much of the story away. It's a fantastic game. I've enjoyed my time with it. Definitely worth picking up for the 3DS, especially since right now you can currently find it on eBay between $30 and $48. So definitely check it out. Next up on the list is that cute pink puffball we all love, Kirby. The robots have invaded and only Kirby can stop them. Power up with the robot armor. Ooh, baby. Use new and classic abilities to defeat the robot invaders. There is honestly too many amazing things to say about this game to fit into this video. This game takes the already incredible refined formula from Triple Deluxe and makes every single level themed around industrial objects and technology, which is just so cool. It's so clean. It also puts us in locations like cities, trains, and deserts. The sound design fits beautifully within the environment, and this game has one of the most wild final boss segments. Even thinking about it now makes me want to go back and play the game again. Also, side note, Scientist Kirby, absolutely adorable. Moving on. Now, unfortunately, this game has spiked in price a lot more than the other games on this list, but you can still find it on the secondhand market between $40 and $55, albeit with some digging. Next is one that I bet a lot of you wouldn't expect to see on this list, and that's Luigi's Mansion for Nintendo 3DS. Now, I chose Luigi's Mansion for several reasons, one of which being that it is a faithful port, unlike a lot of games that we saw back on the DS that were ports. Yikes. And another reason is that it's much cheaper than the GameCube version. Now, obviously, this version doesn't run as good as the original, and there's a few limitations, but overall, it is a faithful recreation of the original Luigi's Mansion. And I do highly recommend it if you're not willing to shell out the money for the GameCube version. This one you can still find for as low as $30 on eBay, and you might even be able to snag it for cheaper in an auction, but typically you'll find it for around the MSRP price on eBay. All right, let's talk about the Fire Emblem game everybody actually wanted me to talk about, and that's Fire Emblem Awakening. It's definitely worth noting that this one is considered one of, if not the best Fire Emblem game in the series, which is pretty impressive considering Fire Emblem's long history. As an inevitable war draws ever closer, you must stand with Chrom and his forces, knights, mages, archers, and more, commanding them against the armies of kingdoms, empires, and the dead themselves. Now, funny enough, I actually haven't played this one yet. I don't know why. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's kind of weird considering how much I absolutely love Fire Emblem. but I honestly don't know the story. It's just been recommended to me so many times, and it's been hailed as one of the best Fire Emblem games. So it has to go on the list. It just has to. I, as well as you, should pick this up as soon as possible, because right now you can still find it for MSRP, but it's been slowly raising its prices, and now some people are even listing it for $80. So I'm gonna pick this one up this week, and I definitely suggest you do the same. All right, it's been a few days since recording, and I got my Fire Emblem Awakening copy. And I've actually played a little bit of it so far, and it's really good, guys. Seriously, pick this one up. All right, for this next one, we're going to be talking about one of the games that's honestly one of the best ones on the system and should be on pretty much any list involving the 3DS in a positive light, and that is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds is an action-adventure based game taking place many years after A Link to the Past, where you assume the role of Link, who sets out to restore peace to the kingdom of Hyrule after an evil sorcerer captures Princess Zelda and escapes through a rift into the parallel world. The game, for the most part, is played in the classic top-down perspective, but if you come across a dead end, you can merge into the wall and reach areas that Link normally can't. It's a fantastic game that you can currently find for around $25 to $35. I highly recommend picking it up. Also, I mean, come on, it's pretty much a sequel to Link to the Past. Who wouldn't want to play it? All right, let's move on to Pokemon, more specifically the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire games. Okay, first off, it's Pokemon. So, of course, if you like the game, then you should pick them up ASAP, since Pokemon games seem to always skyrocket in value. Both have massive quality of life improvements over the originals. Mega evolutions were brought to the Hoenn region. They added a thing called Delta Episode, which is a post-game quest involving Rayquaza. They added several new areas that have become accessible in the Hoenn region, which were added for a variety of purposes because of new mechanics and features. The Area Nav was added to the game, which shows you all available Pokemon on any given route, as well as letting you visually track them, which is really nice. You can have your own base, and you can invite players to your secret bases, and you can customize the bases. And they also altered certain areas. Listen, if you like Pokemon, you like Pokemon. You'll get it. I mean, it's just how it is. I can't persuade you if you dislike Pokemon. Regardless, these are really solid games that you should definitely pick up for your 3DS. Whether it be that you enjoy Pokemon, or if you just want a cool collectible, they'll probably eventually skyrocket in value like all the other Pokemon games. Alright, that was the list, but I do have one more thing I want to bring up. So as we all know, the Nintendo Switch does not have retro console, but the 3DS does. Seriously though, before the eShop closes, check out the retro console section. It's filled with amazing titles and for honestly pretty good prices. Like definitely way cheaper than if you were to go out and try and buy these games physically. And on top of that, you get to play them portably, which is awesome. Seriously though, if you have a 3DS, go check out the retro console section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different type of video game video. More videos are on the way, and if you like what you saw, drop a like, subscribe, and check out my Twitch if you want to see more content. Peace.